Hey everyone, happy Friday. I wanted to, um, really been trying to share on Fridays, and so I'm sorry that I got sidetracked last week, but I wanted to, there's two things that have really been on my mind this week. One is what I posted last week about, I love this movie, Sweet Home Alabama. I haven't watched it in a while, but I love this movie where Reese Witherspoon is wants to marry, um, her new beau and is still unintentionally married to her first husband. And her mother says, you can't ride two horses with one ass, Sugar Bean. And that just cracks me up because I love Jean Smart for years and years on Designing Women, and I just think she's amazing. But I spent 20 years in Mary Kay, and I love my job. I love my job. And I always believed that you can't ride two horses with one ass. And I really believe that, but I think it's more complicated than that, especially as moms or working moms, or we do so many things that we ride a lot of horses. We're moms, we work, we run carpools, we do laundry or cook or clean the house or whatever, all the things that we do, we volunteer. I think we ride a lot of horses with one ass. And I think that, a couple things become really important in that. And one, I think, is that it's okay to say no. It's really okay to say no. And no is a complete sentence. There is an article out right now. Forbes magazine published an article of 5 women of color to watch. And one of them, the number 2 person on the list, is the top person in all of Mary Kay. A woman named Gloria Mayfield Banks, and she's really spectacular. And I watch her and all the different things that she does. And, she runs a huge organization in Mary Kay. And I had the privilege of meeting her unit manager when I was at our directors conference in Atlanta last month. And I loved what she said. She said, I'd really love to, but I just can't. Because I think sometimes, especially for people like me who are, really heart-led, to just look at someone and say no, that's hard. You feel like there's something that should be more than that. There should be beyond that to say no. And I loved how she phrased it. She said, thank you so much for asking me. I would really love to, but I just can't. And I just thought that was so perfect. And for years we had this little saying in my house, the Just Say No Club, because I think a lot of times, especially as working moms, we get so caught up in what we feel like we have to do that we just take on more, and we don't even realize we're taking on more. And because we take on more and we're good at it, and busy women like to be busy, that the people who need the helpers are going to gravitate to us, and they ask us to do even more. And because we don't know how to say no, or we don't feel like we can, and we want to be there for our kids, and we want to be there for whatever, for everything, that we don't say no. And so we get into this place of exhaustion, this place of heart and mind and just physical and emotional exhaustion. And it's really hard to move from that place a lot of times. And I know for myself, that has very much been my journey of coming back from this physical and emotional soul-crushing exhaustion, and learning that my physical health is so important and has to be my priority, because if I don't take good care of me, I cannot take care of anything else. And having, suffered with depression, and having been to the edge of the blackness, and to the bottom of the blackness, I know that taking time for me to rest and regenerate, and not taking on too much, is so important. So I've had to really realign because I love my job with Mary Kay, and I've been with Mary Kay for 20 and a half years, and I love my job. But at the same time, this new journey of psychic and mediumship has been such an unbelievable gift to me. And this morning I was so privileged to work with a family, and to have the woman to be able to share with me how the information has profoundly changed how she mourns relatives that are lost, or how she handles grief and sadness, and how she thinks about death completely differently now. And what an unbelievable gift that was to me to get that feedback from her, to know that the skills that I have been given and have been allowed to cultivate have been able to create such a help and to be such a blessing to somebody else. I mean, my heart is, I'm overwhelmed with gratitude. And so in both aspects of my world, I feel like I am able to be a blessing and to be able to help other people in different ways. Last night I sat with a beautiful woman as she's, transitioning into new phases of her life, not death or anything, but just a new phase of her life, and to be able to share Mary Kay things with her and talk with her about how she moves forward into a new era of who she wants to be, and what a gift it was to be able to share that with her. And so I really started to think about, because when I really got serious about sharing this part of myself with all of you, of really creating a business out of what I was doing for a long time, very quietly and privately, when I really accepted the giant shove from one of my mentors to really go public with this, I really struggled with, do I have to give up Mary Kay? Can I ride two horses with one ass? I really struggled with it. And one of the things that I really have come to, and this is really, what I had shared from before, was on the post that I had put on the page before, was about how we really ride a lot of horses with one ass, and that when we are giving half of ourselves to something, we're really giving half of ourselves to everything. And so it came to me in a meditation that it was time to rise, that it was really time to rise into giving all of myself to the things that were important to me. Now, that doesn't mean having to give. I'm going to send you my prayers, Lauren Lee. Thank you for sharing that. It doesn't mean working 24/7 on something, but in the place where you are putting your attention to really give that your platinum self, your best self. Because I think that when we give only our half self, it's really hard to ask Spirit and the universe to bless us in anything that we do when we are only giving half of ourselves. If I'm giving half-assed effort to anything, I can't really expect Spirit to come and bless me over here if I'm really only giving part of me over there. And so the first thing I want to share is, no, it is okay. It is so okay to say, thank you so much for asking me. I would love to. I just can't. That is okay, because protecting ourselves and protecting our energy has to be the first place that we start to protect ourselves. And then the thing that you choose to give your energy to, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. It should be your complete focus in that moment. So if you have a 9-to-5 job, in that time should be your complete focus. And I pray that you are blessed with a 9-to-5 job that you love as much as I love mine. But at the same time, to give your whole focus and your best energy to that endeavor, whatever that may be. And so I encourage you to choose carefully as you build those endeavors, especially if you're doing something outside of your other job, if you have a hobby or a side business or something, that you are giving that your heart. Because when you give that your heart and you lead from that place of love, whatever it is you're tackling. And I spoke with someone so recently who said, I really don't love my job, but it's not challenging work and I don't really like the people, but I get great health insurance, and I get, satisfaction from a job well done, and I'm really grateful for the paycheck, and that it leaves me, the rest of my life to do all the other things. So even though it wasn't a job that she just loved, it was something that was enough to cover her expenses, let her live the life that she wanted, and allowed for, just that 8 to 5 thing, that the rest of her time was her own to do the things that she really loved. And so a job that was more stressful, or more, where you had to work late all the time, wouldn't offer her those things. And so she was really looked hard to find the places in her job where she could have gratitude and joy. And I think that's really the key in all the things, to find the place where you can come from a place of love. Not every day do I want to get up and do the things I do, but I come from a place of love, and that makes a huge difference, because that changes your vibration to the universe. That changes what you're sending out into the universe, which takes me to the third thing that I really wanted to share today, which is ask the universe. Ask the universe. It is so, so good to reach out to the universe and ask for help, for guidance, for love, for blessing, for abundance, to ask for those things. It is so good to ask for those things, to be able to say, here's where I want to go. How can you help me? How can the universe help me manifest this? How can the universe help me to create this? And so here I come, because I really do try to be so authentic and real with the things that I share with you in my personal journey. And so here I come to say, I really realized and heard so loud in my meditation that you can't ride 2 horses with one ass, and in a halfway. And it is that we ride so many horses, but that I was riding all of my horses half-assed. So it wasn't that I couldn't ride the 2 horses, but that I was riding them both with half of myself instead of all of myself, and going back to find that place of love and gratitude. And I got to tell you, it has shifted monumentally, so much it has shifted monumentally, because I asked the universe, what do I do? How do I shift this? How do I ride from a place of love wholeheartedly forward on these 2 horses? And so I took a gigantic leap of faith and sent out this email letting people know very, very publicly that I was choosing to do more with my spirituality, with my mediumship, with my psychic abilities, and just so grateful and overwhelmed with the response that I have been receiving, the love, the support, the shares, the words of encouragement, the people who are, lining up for readings. I am unbelievably humbled by it. And at the same time, finding so much more joy in my Mary Kay business as well. So you really can ride 2 horses at a time, but you have to give each one your whole ass. It's really, I think, the terrible metaphor. Now I'm stuck. But I really do want you to know that it isn't a thing where you have to choose between 2 things that you love, or a thing that you have to choose between a thing that supports you and a thing that you love. You can do more than one thing. You can give it your whole heart. Give it your whole heart in that time that is allotted to it. But more important than either of those things is about asking the universe to help you to bless those things. Because when you reach out for help to the universe will show up. When you come forward with love, how can I help raise the vibration of the earth, the people, the humans around me? How can I help make this better for the next generations? I have 2 sons. I know one is an indigo, boy oh boy, and I think the other one is a crystal child, and they are strong-willed kids, and I look at them and I know that when it is their generation's time to lead the world, they are going to be huge difference makers, because we have shown them how to raise the vibration. And I believe as light workers, it is absolutely our job to continue to raise that vibration of all the people that are around us and the people that we come in contact with. And so, I love this hashtag, love is the way forward, and I try and put it wherever I can, because I really truly feel that it is the way that we will heal our society, when all of us can be in a place where we are leading from love, and we are following our hearts to do work in our communities that raises our vibration by being of service and being a blessing to others, we raise their vibration, we raise the vibration of the community around us. And it makes a huge, huge difference in how we see each other and how we see the world. And so if you're not really sure where you can make a difference, I encourage you to get quiet and to spend some time in meditation and ask, what can I do to be a blessing? What can I do to be of service? Because, you know, a lot of times we know the answers, but we are so busy in our head we can't hear it. And it's really important to get quiet and to listen to the guidance. Ask the questions. Ask your heart questions. What do I need to know? This is my favorite question every morning. What do I need to know today to be of service? What do I need to know today to be a blessing to someone else? And listen, because if we just get quiet and listen, we really can hear the guidance of our own soul speaking to us. And then we can ask the universe to help. How can you help me with this? My spirits, my guides, Mother Earth, Father, pick a name, whatever name you have for your higher connection. In Judaism, we say Adonai is the name of God. It doesn't matter. It's all love. And whatever word you use to connect to your higher power, they are there so waiting for us to just reach out and ask for help, reach out to ask for guidance. They are like on the edge of their seats waiting because they want to help us, but they need to be invited. Your angels, your guides, your loved ones, they're all waiting for you, but they are really waiting to be invited. They won't necessarily jump in. Guardian angel's different. If your car's going to crash and you have that moment where you don't know how that you didn't hit that thing, that's guardian angels. They jump in. God love them. But when we need that help, when we need that guidance, when we need a blessing or abundance, when we want to change course, ask them to help you. It makes an enormous difference. And I'll tell you something, every time I've had that place of panic where my life's been at a crossroads and I have that moment of panic and I think, I don't know what to do, I take a breath, I get quiet, I'll go touch my tree, and that sense of calm comes over me because what I hear in my head is, it's okay, we're here, you're going to be all right, trust us, we're going to go this way. And when I allow Spirit to move in my life, boy, it goes a lot smoother. So ask the questions, listen to the answer, get quiet. And as I always say, like every week I say, breathe, take that deep breath in, really, really deep as you can go. Hold that for 3, 4, 5 seconds. And exhale it as hard as you can. Get every air out of you. We don't breathe correctly when we're stressed out. And we get stale air in our body. So breathe that in. And then be able to breathe that out fully. And then to be able to ask the question, what do I need to know today? And if you're just not sure, go out and touch that tree. Touch a tree, put your feet in the grass. Take some deep breaths. But follow the places where you can lead from love. And abundance will come. And the vibration shifts around you. And unexpected things happen. But we have to be open. And we have to ask for help from above. And we have to be willing to receive that. Alicia, hi. Thank you so much for making a comment. You know what? Right in this moment, my energy is so focused in another place, but I would love to set up another time to talk with you. I wish you all the most wonderful, blessed, light-filled weekend. I know a lot of people out there are struggling with the flu and stuff, so please stay healthy. And just know how much I appreciate you, your love, your support. And I'm so grateful to be part of this community. And I love your comments. So please share with me. If you have questions, I'm happy to help. If you have, things that you'd love to ask the universe for and goals and guidance and things, please share them. Because definitely when you put those things out there, it makes a huge difference to shift your vibration so the universe can come back and to bless you. And so I say blessings to all of you, and I hope you have a wonderful, happy, joy-filled Olympic weekend. It's the Olympics. I love the Olympics. It's so fun to see the triumphs and the journeys of these wonderful, amazing athletes. So I wish you all love and light, Blessings and a wonderful weekend.